misunderstanding of what money really is, how it originates, and the dangers posed when it is undermined by governments has plagued nations and empires throughout human history. If no one could exchange, if every man were forced to be completely self-sufficient, it is obvious that most of us would starve to death and the rest would barely remain alive. Exchange is the lifeblood, not only of our economy, but of civilization itself. So what is money? Monies are determined by a long, organic process by which certain goods are indirectly exchanged for other goods and services. Eventually, one or two commodities are used as general media of exchange, and these are called money. Historically, many different goods have been used as media, or money. Tobacco in colonial Virginia, sugar in the West Indies, salt in Abyssinia, cattle in ancient Greece, and copper in ancient Egypt. Through the centuries, two commodities, gold and silver, have emerged as money in the free competition of the market, displacing all other commodities. Over the years, the government began taking over the mining of gold and silver from the free market, which had organically already established gold and silver as the monies of the United States. Eventually, the gold standard was set in place and the price of gold remained a constant $20.55 per ounce of gold. And this price fluctuated only 1 penny between the years 1833 and 1890. That means that for 57 years, the dollar was literally as good as gold. And that's the way the US currency was designed to be from the very beginning. Because of the runaway inflation of the continental dollar in the 1780s and the founders' disdain for paper, no paper money was officially issued by the US government until the Civil War. All modern paper currencies and most modern coins are fiat money. Fiat money has no intrinsic value, but is made legal tender through government decree. In other words, the government forces its citizens to use a medium other than gold or silver, such as paper money, which can too easily be inflated by the printing of money out of thin air. Throughout history, we see hyperinflation in cases such as Germany at the end of World War II and the US Civil War. The Constitution states that our currency was meant to be only gold and silver to prevent exactly what is happening to the US dollar right now. From the years 1891 to 1930, the price of gold per ounce was still very stable. The low was $20.58 per ounce, and the high was $21.32 per ounce. This means that between the years of 1833 and 1930, for a total of 97 years, the price of gold changed in US dollars only 74 cents from top to bottom. Some people believe that the Federal Reserve was created because of the Great Depression. The truth is, in fact, that the Federal Reserve was created in 1913, and this is well before the Great Depression even hit. Since the Fed's creation, we have been slowly going off the gold standard, until finally on August 15, 1971, President Nixon announced the United States would no longer redeem US currency for gold. This was the final step for abandoning the gold standard. What is important is to visually see the devaluation of the dollar since we were taken off the gold standard. Keep in mind, the price of gold really doesn't go up and move, it has historical value. It is extremely consistent. So instead of seeing this as the price of gold going up, you need to see this as the value of the dollar dropping like a rock. The price of gold has been flying right now. What people need to understand is that excess printing of fiat money is just another tax on the American people. It takes the value of the dollars that they have and makes them worth less in the long run. Meanwhile, you are still making the same amount of money, yet the prices of everything from gas and milk to graduate school tuition are going up constantly, when in fact nothing is really going up in price, it's the dollar's actual value that's been dropping. To better realize today's inflation, let's consider a student loan. For this scenario, gold coins will weigh 1 ounce each. Now, imagine you just graduated from Penn State with a $60,000 loan. So in gold, that would be roughly 36 gold coins at the stock price of $1,660 per ounce. So at $1,660 per ounce, you could take 36 gold coins, cash them in, and pay back that loan. Inversely, If you remove inflation and the devaluation of the dollar as if the US currency was still attached to the gold standard, as it was originally intended when this country was founded, that same loan being paid back with the same 36 ounces of gold would have a gold standard value of only $720. You see that $20 Golden Eagle coin before you? The $720 is equal to 36 of these coins. So if that student loan is priced today at $60,000 and the gold standard value is $720, this means we are sitting on roughly $59,220 of inflation over the last 100 years for a $720 item. This brings the original dollar value to roughly 1 cent of today's money. That is about a 99% inflation of the dollar in 100 years. We need to let college students who are graduating know that they are losing what they have and will continue to work so hard for. Many do not even know that the money they earn today will be worth even less in the future. And so, my fellow future college graduates, every hour of work that is robbed of you by the government to please special interest groups, including themselves, can be directly linked to the fiat money we use today and the Federal Reserve, which was created in 1913, before the Great Depression even hit. It is inevitable for the United States to have runaway inflation if our government continues to inflate the dollar. Therefore, I strongly encourage you from this moment on to make wise monetary decisions, such as saving your dollars or possibly investing your fiat money in real money, such as gold. Remember, gold and silver will always be of value in any part of the world, especially in the case of hyperinflation.